Trustee Zalick.
Here.
Trustee Geiser.
Here.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Here.
Trustee McCarthy. Mayor Severino.
Here. Please stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There a motion to approve the minutes of our January 17th, 2022 Village Board meeting?
So moved. Second.
Moved by trustee Garvey, seconded by trustee Zalick. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geiser.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Tonight, we have the honor and privilege of swearing 3 new police officers. I am going to turn this over to our Chief Homer, and he's going to start and explain lateral transfers and a few other things.
Well, thank you, and good evening, Mayor Severino and village trustees. At this time, if I could ask our 3 new officers to come up and stand with me for a minute. Thank you. So as you know, we have not regularly sworn in police officers at a board meeting. However, tonight, we have a pretty unique situation, both in the officers that we have here tonight and the fact that we're swearing in 3 new police officers at one time, which is somewhat unusual for us. Last year, you, the board, approved new police and fire and police commission rules which allowed for the hiring of lateral transfer candidates. This allows us to hire certified police officers who are experienced elsewhere, bypassing the police academy and going straight to the field training process. So the 3 individuals standing here with me are the first lateral transfer officers from this new process. So I'd like to introduce you to them now. Standing directly to my right is Nick Janettis, and in the middle is Garrett Byer, and on the end there, to my far right, is Daniel Finkston. A little bit about Garrett. Garrett was a Chicago police officer for 3 years before joining us. He's originally from Lombard and a product of the Glenbard School District 87, Glenbard East system. Daniel and Nick are an interesting story. Both have the same story, in fact. They're coming to us after 2 years as police officers in New Orleans, Louisiana. Interestingly enough, they went there on a vacation and ended up getting hired by New Orleans PD. However, they're both originally from the Joliet-Plainfield area and have moved back with their fiancés to be closer to family. They're all joined by family here tonight to witness them taking the first step in the new chapter in their police career. I'm really excited to welcome these officers to our team, and at this point, I'd like to have their family member who's offered to pin their star on come on up. I think somebody's abandoned poor Nick here. Go ahead, guys. I'm pretty sure Nick's fiancée is going to hear about this later.
Chief, is he being punished or what?
He is not. He is not.
I'm coming to the rescue.
All right, we got a substitute. We got a substitute.
Okay, let's redo it.
Or at least get a picture of her pretending to do it.
Yeah, we gotta get the picture.
I
I
tried.
appreciate that.
I tried, I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. Mayor, I'm going to turn it over to you. If you'd swear these fine gentlemen in, I'd appreciate it.
I, Garrett Ronnie Byer,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the laws of the state of Illinois
and the laws of the state of Illinois
and the ordinances of the village of Carroll Stream,
and the ordinance of the ordinance of the village of Carroll Stream,
and that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
and I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
the duties of police officer in the village of Carroll Stream,
the duties of police officer in the village of Carroll Stream,
dated at Carroll Stream, Illinois, the 7th day of February, 2022. Congratulations, Garrett, and welcome aboard. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicholas Janetis,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the village of Carroll Stream,
and the ordinances of the village of Carroll Stream,
and that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
and I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
the duties of police officer in the village of Carroll Stream,
the duties of police officer in the village of Carroll Stream,
dated at Carroll Stream, Illinois, the 7th day of February, 2022. Nicholas, welcome aboard. You're right, Chief. I like this better to do it at night. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Daniel E. Kingston,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the village of Carroll Stream,
and the ordinances of the village of Carroll Stream,
and that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
and that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability
the duties of police officer in the village of Carroll Stream, Illinois,
the duties of police officer in the village of Carroll Stream,
dated at Carroll Stream, Illinois, the 7th day of February, 2022. Congratulations. And thank you very much. Daniel, I need a signature. Nicholas, I need a signature.
Garrett, I need a signature.
Oh, boy.
Rookies. Rookies.
But they're not.
But there is, well,
They are here.
technically,
true.
technically it is there. Welcome.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Want me to take this stuff and get it out of here?
Welcome.
This yours?
Congratulations.
Don't ever call me ma'am.
Yeah,
The longboard.
you want your job, keep calling her ma'am.
Stop it. Behave yourself.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, can we get a picture with them and the board? Would that be okay? Are you okay with that? Gentlemen, please join us.
Yeah,
You guys are going to be front and center, and we'll just kind of squeeze in here.
Okay,
All right, now you gotta learn how
I'm
to.
taking my mask off.
Yeah, so am I.
This way everybody could see the three young guys. I was expecting old guys with gray hair like me.
Tia, count us down.
All right. 1, 2, 3. If you don't mind, I'd like to do one more just to be safe. 1, 2, 3.
And do we look at these cameras? Did you guys get them?
I got it.
Okay. Wait, one more. One more.
Okay, we're good. Thank you.
Who makes the best gumball board? No?
Honestly, it all tastes the same to me. But it's all good. That's the thing. It's all good usually. So
Oh, welcome.
thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All of our seats were lowered.
Thought it was awful low.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all lowered.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for coming tonight for this special occasion.
You're much better.
Chief?
Yeah, I do too.
This was tremendous to do it during the meeting.
Yes,
To do the swearing in during the meeting. Very nice idea.
like it?
yes,
Okay.
yes, we definitely love it.
Do the promotions, or not do the swearing in?
Nice to see this many family members too.
Makes it a lot easier for
Yeah.
them.
We don't do that, though. Public shaming.
Well, now the room looks really big again.
Tia, do we have any, anything to come in
received-
over the internet for?
No electronic comments.
None? We don't have anything back there? Okay, so we have no addresses from the audience, so we could get started with our regular meeting here. Their motion to establish a consent agenda?
So moved.
So moved by trustee Fruzzoloni and seconded by trustee Geezer. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garby.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read what's on consent agenda?
Certainly. Staff reports and recommendations. Award of a contract for the purchase and delivery of decorative light fixtures, bulbs, and supplies to City Electric Supply in the amount of $48,505.20.
Yes.
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 Coon Road Bike Trail right-of-way purchase. Payment of $9,600 to Edward and Deborah Smith and $7,000 to David and Barbara Farley for purchase of right-of-way required to construct the Coon Road Bike Trail.
Yes.
Yes. Approval of change order number 5, final payment in the amount of $7,635.23 to Aqua Contractors Corp. In acceptance of the public improvements for the sanitary sewer extension 250 North Gary Avenue project.
Yes.
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 Approval of the balancing change order final payment in the amount of $233,294.03 to Brothers Asphalt Paving, Inc., in acceptance of the public improvements for the 2021 flexible pavement project.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Authorization to continue to participate in the opioid litigation settlement with the State of Illinois Attorney General's Office.
Yes.
Yes. Approval to purchase 8 Dodge Durango police vehicles from Thomas Dodge Chrysler Jeep of Highland, Indiana, at a cost of $37,135 each, with a total cost of $297,080 through the Southwest Conference of Mayors Purchasing Cooperative.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Approval to purchase 1 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor utility vehicle from SAE Customs at a cost of $37,241. Yes. Chicago Motor Cars Settlement and Reimbursement Agreement. Approval of these agreements, which includes the current billboard remaining on the property until June 30th, 2036, and reimbursing the village in the amount of $21,000 for legal fees.
Yes.
Yes. Ordinances. Ordinance amending Chapter 11, Article 2 of the Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances by decreasing the number of Class P liquor licenses from 7 to 6. R. Mart's LLC, doing business as Carroll Stream Shell, 106 East North Avenue, and increasing the number of Class P liquor licenses from 6 to 7. J&S Carroll Gas Mart Incorporated, doing business as J&S Gas Mart, 106 East North Avenue. Yes. That is ordinance number 2022-02-07. Ordinance amending Chapter 11 Intoxicating Liquor, Article 2, Alcoholic Liquor Dealers of the Village of Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances in regard to alcoholic liquor shipping and delivery.
Yes.
Yes. That is ordinance number 2022-02-08. Ordinance amending Chapter 11 Intoxicating Liquor, Article 2, Alcoholic Liquor Dealers of the Village of Carroll Stream Code of Ordinances in regard to video gaming cafes.
Yes.
Yes.
Off.
Off.
Off by trustee Garvey. Resolutions. Resolution declaring surplus 6 squad cars that have surpassed their usefulness and authorize their sale by the department. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That is resolution number 3235. New business, proposed 2022 Summer Concert Series lineup. Staff requests direction from the village board regarding the 2022 Summer Concert Series lineup.
Off.
Pulled off by trustee Garvey. Approval of a raffle license and waiver of the fee and manager's fidelity bond, and approval of an amplification permit with a waiver of the application fee for the 2022 Summer Concert Series and Movie in the Park.
Yes.
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 Payment of bills. Regular bills, January 18th, 2022 through February 7th, 2022.
Yes.
Yes. Addendum warrants, January 18th, 2022 through February 7th, 2022.
Yes.
Yes. Treasurer's report, revenue expenditure statements, and balance sheet for the month ended December 31st, 2021. Received. And that concludes the items on the consent agenda, Mayor.
Is there a motion to put those items on the consent agenda?
So moved?
Moved by trustee Frizzaloni, seconded by trustee Garvey. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Gieser.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni. Aye.
Is there a motion to approve those items by omnibus vote?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Gieser, seconded by trustee Zalick. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Gieser.
Aye.
Trustee Frizzaloni. Aye.
Okay, so we have I3 off by trustee Garvey. Trustee Garvey?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I think my stance on video gambling, we've already been down this road. As far as my opinion on it goes, I was against the push tax on video gambling because it implied an approval of gambling within the village, which I'm against. And these video cafes will actually expand gambling in our village. So my reasons stated earlier are the same. So I'm going to have to vote against this. So I could not agree to it being on the consent agenda.
Okay,
Need a motion and a second then, on the,
we need a motion to
to approve this ordinance.
approve the,
and
just
then-
okay, a motion to approve ordinance number I3.
I will make a motion to approve ordinance item I3 on the agenda.
Second.
Moved by trustee Fruzzoloni, seconded by trustee Zalick. Clerk, call a roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
No.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Giesser.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Passed.
And that is ordinance number 2022-02-09, just for the record.
We go right to report of officers,
No,
huh?
K1.
We still have K1.
K1.
Oh, hey, I didn't take that off. Which one was that? Who pulled that off?
K2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
too.
Trustee.
It was
K1.
K1. K1 was pulled.
K1.
The concerts.
The concerts.
Oh, the concert.
Concert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, trustee Garvey?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. My understanding of the purpose of the free concerts was to provide for free entertainment opportunity for residents in Carroll Stream. Designating one particular concert for the Pride Month is, I think it's a politicization of the purpose of the free concerts. I believe this to be a slippery slope and maybe even a cliff that we should be strongly reconsidering, because there could be any number of other groups that want to use these concerts for their thematic or political purposes. Political parties, March for Life, Black Lives Matter. Anybody that can come to us once we've approved this type of concert, they can come and say, well, we'll pay for the concert as long as Carroll Stream puts it on in their facilities. So I think designation or participation in this it's never been considered by the board. So this is not the appropriate way to even be doing this. So I don't think we should be participating in it or designating a particular concert for Pride Month. So I would make a motion that we table this list until there's no designation or specification about the theme or purpose of a particular concert in Carroll Stream.
We have two trustees. Yes, trustee Fruzzoloni?
I fully respect everything that trustee Garvey has said. However, the introduction of having a concert during Pride Month was actually my idea. I came to each one of the board members, asked their opinions. Trustee Garvey was the only one at the time that was against it, and respectfully, I can understand your reasons. I've talked to staff, I talked to the mayor. We all thought that this was something that, it's our way of, I guess the way that I look at this is a celebration of the diversity of Carroll Stream. We talk an awful lot up here about what a diverse community we are, how we need to celebrate the diversity of our community. And the difference for me with Pride Month is this isn't a political movement. This isn't a political agenda. This is a celebration of everyone in our town. This is a celebration of inclusion of everyone in our town. So while I do respect that, yes, we may get requests from other groups and organizations, as a board, we have said that we would take them and we would make considerations and weigh the merits of the request as they come. This town has been very accepting in the last 2 years. We've allowed and held peaceful protests for several groups. We've had peace rallies at Town Center that have gone very well. in the last 4 years. So I don't see this as per se a political movement. There is no organization that is profiting from us holding a Pride concert. I see this as we're celebrating every member of our community, and that's why I had recommended that we start off our concert series with a celebration for Pride Month. So my recommendation is to leave it on the agenda. Myself, I have already made a offer to be a sponsor for this concert. I know several other trustees have also said that they would like to, and I'm sorry, Madam Clerk also, said that we would like to contribute our monthly salary, stipend, whatever we want to call it, towards sponsoring this particular concert. We do have other concerts, like we have the concert for the troops. So that would be another concert where we are promoting another group, and we've never been challenged on that before. I mean, we've successfully had it for 8 years?
Oh, at least.
At least eight or 9 years. I think it's almost been 9, maybe even 10 years now that we've been doing concerts for the troops. And no one has ever come to us and said, we shouldn't be supporting the troops. So for this, Trustee Garvey, respectfully, I understand what you're saying, but I don't believe that that's how a concert for Pride Month is going to be received by our community. We've had many members of the community come to us and say, the village needs to do more for inclusion purposes, and I think that this is a great first step. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Frizzaloni. I think Trustee Berger had his hand up.
It's me over here. I couldn't put it any better than Trustee Frizzaloni. I also just wanted to go on record as saying, yeah, this is not political in any way. It's about acceptance. It's about inclusion. It's about celebrating our diversity, which you literally took those words out of my mouth. I think you heard me thinking while we were driving here. That's what it's about. And I also believe it should definitely stay on the agenda.
I think Trustee Easer, you had your hand up?
Yes, thank you. As Trustee Frusaloni stated, this is a nice step. This is about inclusion of our community. This step began over 3 years ago. We have done a Pride proclamation in June for the last 3 years. And I think this is just the next step of showing the community we truly do accept all people in our community. I think this is a great opportunity. Trustee Frusaloni, thank you for bringing it to us. I remember you asked us if we would be willing to pay for the concert, and I wholeheartedly said I would do my part. And so I think this is a great thing, and this will be a terrific band, and I think people are going to really enjoy the day regardless of people's feelings. I think everyone will have a wonderful time, just as the town center was intended, as a place for the community to gather, to cherish each other, and to cherish the unique qualities of each of us.
Thank you, Trustee Geezer. Did you talk?
No, I mean, I can
You don't have to
just
say
say
it.
ditto. I understand that, but when I was an officer, we had to take cultural diversity training, and like the other trustees said, and, it's inclusion and so forth. And yeah, if someone else comes in and wants to have a concert for them and we don't agree with it, then by all means, we will say no. Is that correct?
We have the right to not include it as one of our concerts in our series, but then we also have the right to, they can apply for, forgive me if I'm wrong.
We have
a
certain
permit.
guidelines for approval of the use of the town center, one of them being that it be a not-for-profit group, the other being that it be sponsored by the village, so.
So again, I have no problem with it.
Okay, thank you.
So do I understand that means that this is sponsored by the village then?
It is, yes.
Okay. Well, just to respond to Trustee Frusaloni's remarks, I don't think you could equate the concert for the troops with this type of a concert. First of all, I mean, we all pay taxes for our military branches. And some of us that are around during the Vietnam era, the military was treated as though it was their fault for the policy decisions that were made by the government. And there was finally, the culture got around to realizing it was not the military's fault. It was the policy decisions. So people began to support the troops, separate and distinct from whatever they might have been used for by our government at the time. So to me, the concert for the troops is for the individuals that have committed their lives to serve us. It's not for the military in general. We're not by supporting concert for troops, we're not supporting the military in the purposes and how they're used. It's for the men and women that are serving us and recognition of their sacrifice for us. Your reference to the proclamation, I did pursue the issue of the proclamation last year because I wasn't in favor of that, and I consulted with Mr. Mellor and with the Attorney Rhodes, and they indicated that there isn't any way to stop that. I had no way to object against it because it was not something up for a vote, as like a resolution would be. So, I mean, I was told that we can make a proclamation about anything. So, but clearly what happened from that, by my not being able to speak against it, is that it was apparent that it was approved by the entire board, when in fact it's not. Just as this is not going to be. Now, this happens to be on the agenda, we can vote for it or not. So I really think that we're on a precipice here that we're not going to be able to step back from once we do this kind of a thing. So, and the way that was done too, I mean, does that mean I can just go to TIA and say, hey, let's get a concert next year for the Right to Life? That's a nonprofit organization. Let's get a band that supports that. I mean, that's not how this should have been done from my perspective. It should have been, are we going to do a concert for Pride Month? Is there going to be anything more than the proclamation? It should have been presented to the board that way, not this, I guess, furtive, I guess we'd call it, that it's done. So that's all I have to say. I've made my motion, and I guess that stands on the table for action.
If I can just make a comment on how things get presented on the agenda and discussed and deliberated by the village board. Generally, an item is put on the agenda at the request of a board member or the mayor. And you're certainly free to bring up an issue that you would like considered by the board. And then it's vetted by the board, discussed at a board meeting. And if you have the votes and the approval of the rest of the board, it's by a majority vote, then it could be passed. But like in this situation, it was discussed by the board. There was a consensus that they would like to proceed with this, and it was a majority of the board that made that decision. So that's generally how it works.
But that's separate and distinct from the proclamation.
Proclamations, different towns do it differently. Sometimes the mayor's office does a proclamation independently of the board. This board has decided that they prefer to have it done at a board meeting. It's more public meeting as opposed to doing it from the mayor's office and almost in a private situation. So it could also be done by resolution. And then the board could vote on it, which would give the board members who don't agree with it. Generally, though, the board has been in general consensus with the proclamations that are presented, except for a few cases.
Well, I usually don't like to weigh in on these, but it started with Sue Hudson, is that correct? We had the cat fighters for Sue Hudson.
Yes.
We had a tremendous turnout in respect for Sue and her significant other and her parents and friends and family. Probably one of the biggest turnouts for a regular concert that we ever had in Carroll Stream. We all took diversity classes. We had to take them. I've been accused of being a bigot, a homophobic, and I don't even know, they accused me of doing, which is not me or anybody on this board. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We sit up here as a board. I sit up here as the mayor for all the people that live in this community. We don't go to the left, we don't go to the right. In 6 runs that I've had for office, I've had one time that somebody asked me if I was a Democrat or Republican. I said, it shouldn't make a difference to you, because we take care of all the people. I don't ask somebody when they need a variance on something, or if they come to one of the trustees. None of them would ever say, are you a Democrat or Republican? It shouldn't make any difference what you are. We're all one big family in this community. What we do is we do the heavy lifting. I mean, there's no question. Trustee Fruzzoloni felt it was the right thing to do. The trustees went along with it, and that's the way it is. I mean, we all have our opinion, and I respect Trustee Garvey for having his opinion. I mean, I know you don't like alcohol. You voted no on the alcohol. I get it, but I mean, we got to look at what the big picture is.
Alcohol.
Sometimes we don't have much of a choice but to do the right thing. Even though it looks like the wrong thing, it could be the right thing, which is very confusing. But I think we're in a very confusing time. I think it's a good idea to do it. I think that we've done the proclamation 3 years in a row. I think out of respect for all the people that live in this community, we have to take all of them into consideration when we do things. As tough as it may be for some people, for other people, they'll be very happy. I read some of the things that people sent in. I mean, they want to fly a flag outside. They want to, I mean, and only one flag flying here, that's the American flag. That's all we're flying, so. And I mean, we went through this before. I don't want to get in the middle of another big argument with a lot of people, because if everybody has their own opinion, but as long as I sit here, we'll only have an American flag fly outside. At the town center, we respect all of the military, and we put the money in. A lot of us gave money and did a lot of extra work to raise that money for our military. That's why all the flags fly there. We have had people say, take a flag down and put that flag. No, it ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So, I mean, there's some communities, I think I just read in the paper, I don't want to mention any names, for diversity, $69,000 they put in. They tried to stop doing it, and some of the board members went ballistic and put the $69,000 in. We're not asking to put any money in. I mean, basically, the concerts are all supported by donations. So it is what it is. So I just think it's the right thing to do for the base people in this community, that we treat everybody the same, as much as sometimes someone doesn't agree with that, other people will agree with it. So I rest my case. Do we need a vote, or we did the vote, right?
No, we had a motion by trustee Garvey, so the question is there a second to the motion by trustee Garvey to table the consideration of the concert series lineup?
So trustee Garvey, do you want to make that motion?
You already did.
You already did? Is there a second? There's no second, so the motion doesn't pass?
Correct. The motion fails for lack of a second. So then your next is to take a look at the lineup and make your decision as to whether or not the lineup is presented is satisfactory to the board.
So then it will be as it's presented?
Correct.
Correct.
So then I would like to make a motion to accept the concert lineup series as presented, item K1 on the agenda.
Second.
Passed by, presented by trustee Fruzzoloni, seconded by trustee Geezer. Clerk, call a roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
No.
Trustee Zalick.
Aye.
Trustee Geezer.
Aye.
Trustee Fruzzoloni.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now can we do the report, officers?
Yes, sir.
Trustee Berger.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I would like to congratulate our new officers and welcome them. I think this is a nice turn of events, being able to I don't know if recruit's the right word, but to bring officers in from other departments and have them serve here in Carroll Stream if that's what they wish. And I think it's great to get somebody with some experience and start off that way, so I'd like to welcome them. Regarding the summer concert series, when this showed up on the agenda, in public, there was some activity on social media around that, and all of the activity I saw was excitement. So I think we made a lot of residents proud by passing this, and I think that's just going to make this first concert a great kickoff to a great season. And with that, I will end my report.
Thank you, Trustee Berger. Trustee Garvey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to congratulate our new officers, Byer, Janettis, and Fingston. It's good to see a Lombard boy come into Carroll Stream. That's where I grew up and came from, too. And I want to offer my congratulations to the entire police department, Chief Homer, on the investigation division, and what was done and announced publicly through the Daily Herald, and I think I saw it on WGN as well. Investigation in the Del Mar Logistics issue. It's a large company in our community, and it's important to us. And there was a recent arrest regarding a $2 million plus theft that was spearheaded by our department. So I think it shows that our police department and this whole community supports not just the residential citizens, but the commercial citizens as well. We appreciate and do everything we can to support all of our citizens. So I just want to give you kudos and commendations for the work effort, and I hope you pass that along to your officers as well. I just want to congratulate and welcome 7-Eleven and Laredo Taco. I think most of us went to the recent ribbon cutting for them, and also for Baba's Restaurant a couple of weeks ago. I've been to both of them. Great food. I highly recommend it. I want to congratulate the Fire District for their award that they are being presented for the highest services award, the ISO 1 fire insurance rating. I think we're going to have a commendation coming in the next couple of weeks before the board, but I just want to congratulate them now. Let's see. I happened to be out at about 3:30 in the morning on Thursday. I wasn't looking for the Public Works guys. That wasn't my purpose about being out that early, but I did see them come out. And I raised a fist, yeah, here goes Carroll Stream. So I want to congratulate the Public Works Department on another superior job and being Johnny on the spot. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee Garvey. Trustee Zalik.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I also want to congratulate Officers Byer, Janettis, and Fingston. In my law enforcement career, we've had previous officers. Most have worked out, including me. I came from Niles. Some bring bad habits, and they have to conform to the Carroll Streamway, which is up here. Some police departments don't hold their officers accountable of report writing, investigation skills, but I know this department will make them better officers, because we do have the best police department in DuPage, if not the state of Illinois. They're award-winning, so I'm sure these new officers will fit in just fine as long as they follow the line. Second of all, I want to welcome Mary back. I mean, these meetings have been so boring and quiet, but now I'm sure you'll put a little spice to them. So welcome back, and hope you feel better. Third, I want to thank the police department for doing a senior citizen police academy. Going to them and teaching them various topics, including phone and internet scams. We know that the elderly are somewhat more naive and believe when someone calls that who they say they are. And so I want to thank the police department for taking time to remember the elderly in our community, and so they hopefully don't become victims of scams. Speaking of the police department and Citizen Police Academy, I spoke to Officer Carol Cadle, and she stated that there are still a few openings for the 17th Citizen Police Academy, which I strongly hope the residents seize this opportunity to see what really goes on in the police department and to get involved. That might lead to assert people, you know. So take the time out and join the CPA, and I guarantee you'll love it. Since Matt's not here, since Trustee McCarthy's not here, I spoke to him, and there are a few openings for the bags tournament coming up. So look at Matt McCarthy's Facebook page and find openings. I think Trustee Fruzalone has got the dates. So, and then finally, let's keep the law enforcement and military in your thoughts and prayers, because they are the first responders. So that concludes my report.
Well, I want to ask you a question. Did you always toe the line when you were a police officer?
Always, as far as you know.
Well, that chief wasn't here then, so we have nobody to question that.
Exactly,
You
so-
were an excellent police officer. I always
you.
enjoyed meeting you when we happened to run into each other to have coffee together.
Not on a traffic stop, because
No, not on traffic.
you
no,
also,
No, I wouldn't like you then.
I would never,
Okay. No, seriously,
thank you.
thank you for all your comments. Trustee Geiser.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple things. I, too, would like to congratulate our new officers. Maybe with 2 officers from New Orleans, we should start a gumbo cook-off or a jambalaya cook-off. So, something to think about. So congratulations. What? Second it. Excellent. I would like to commend Tia Messina from the mayor's office for the lineup. I think we've got a terrific lineup of concerts for this year, and I think the community will really enjoy it. It'll be a great opportunity for us all to get together. The Independence Day Parade this year will be held on July 2nd. The parade and the fireworks. Tia, would you tell us about that? Why the fireworks will be on the 2nd?
Yes, so most years we have hosted the fireworks on the 4th of July. However, as we were beginning to work on getting contracts together for that fireworks show, we found out that one of the companies that we usually use merged with another one, and that they're experiencing a labor shortage across the industry, and that they were very limited in the number of contracts that they could have on the 4th of July. So staff went back, we took another look at it and realized 4th of July is on a Monday. Who wants to go see a fun fireworks show and concert and then have to go into work on Tuesday? So instead, we reached out to the companies, and they said that they all had some availability on the 2nd, which allows us a nice, fun Saturday of parade, music, fireworks, and just overall community celebration for independence.
So July 2nd will be a spectacular Independence Day celebration. Plus, if people are interested, they can go to another community within the state or elsewhere for a July 4th celebration. But we're going to have a spectacular celebration. You can now go to the Carroll Stream Parade website if you're interested in early registration for the parade. Our registration is now active. There's no fee to join in the parade, so community groups, we'd love to see you in that. Bands, we'd love to see additional bands. We're starting to talk to groups and Shriners and marching bands throughout the area to be in the parade, and I think this year we're going to have a spectacular parade, and it'll be great to see everybody lining Lee's Road. And
What's the website?
the website is carrollstreamparade.com. And trustees, we will talk about, all trustees were always together in one unit towards the front of the parade. So you will not need to individually sign up to be in that, trustee. But if other people would like to sign up, we'd love to have you join us. Again, that's carrollstreamparade.com. And thanks to Public Works for the snowplow efforts. not to rag on other governmental bodies, but I stayed away from North Avenue throughout the middle of it because the roads in Carroll Stream were pristine. Great work. That's my report.
Thank you, Trustee Geezer. And you could tell Trustee Geezer is the chairman of the parade committee. That's why he's so versed on what we need and what we do. So thank you.
Thank you.
For a wonderful job for all the years that you've done that, believe me.
Thank you.
Tia, do you have anything you'd like to add? Oh, I missed you? Oh, I'm sorry. She's been writing stuff down. Okay. Tia, you have to wait. I'm sorry. Trustee Fruzzoloni's back.
It's okay, I'm back, I
First
know.
time in 4 months, so
I know.
we're glad to have you back, so.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just, wow, sorry, just a couple of things. As Trustee Zalick had mentioned, there's several trustees, in fact, most of the board shows up at some point to support the Relay for Life Bags Tournament. Last year, we were on hiatus, obviously due to COVID, but we are back this year. We have 8 nights, including the finals nights. We still are looking for teams. They start Wednesday, February 16th, and then we go through Wednesday, March 16th. So there's various nights. The best way to get information is to actually go to the Facebook page, which is Relay for Life Bags Tournament. It's an open Facebook page. Lots of great raffle prizes are coming in right now. We do nightly raffles, so each of the 8 nights, we will, actually technically 9 nights with the finals, we will do $1 raffles, and then the last night we do $5 raffles. And I will tell you, the generosity on the $5 raffles is blowing me away this year. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much. I will let the mayor take credit for what he has donated, but it's a great cause. Our goal this year, we know we're going to be down a little bit. 2 years ago, we raised over $20,000, and that was literally 3 days before the state shutdown. Was the finals night. We were watching literally all the COVID stuff on the TV, and we were hoping we were going to get the finals night done. So our goal this year, we've taken it down a little bit because we do understand that COVID is going to play a little bit of a role in this. So our goal this year is we are trying to raise $12,000. The committee has decided that we are going to split those proceeds between, right now, 3 organizations. 60% of the proceeds will go to Relay for Life, which is the American Cancer Society. 20% is going to go to the Dominic Savarino Charitable Foundation, which funds a scholarship at Glenbard North High School. And then 20% is going to the Corpus Christi Knights of Columbus. So the funds are staying local to Carroll Stream. If we exceed our $12,000 goal, the community does have a couple of other organizations that we have contributed to in the past, that if we exceed that, then we are going to add additional local organizations to receive the proceeds. So again, please go to the Relay for Life Bags Tournament Facebook page. You can send a message through there to sign your team up. It's $40 per team. There's nightly prizes to the winners. And like I said, the raffles are just absolutely astonishing this year. The $1 raffles are blowing me away. So, and the $5 ones are absolutely amazing. The level of contribution this year is overwhelming. So we really are hoping to hit our goal of a minimum of $12,000. Trustee Zalick had also mentioned the Citizens Police Academy and our CERT program. And with a very heavy heart, our volunteer program, our police volunteer and our CERT program lost one of our members. George Rohde was a staple. His wife and him, Ginger, just avid volunteers. You saw them literally at everything. So it is with very heavy heart that George passed away a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So we ask that you keep his family and especially his wife and children in your prayers. He was an amazing man. I was heartbroken when I found out that he had passed away. He's one of us. So please keep his family in your prayers. And then the last thing, and please forgive me if I get a little emotional, I've been gone for 4 months, and I just want to say, for my family and for myself, thank you. The staff has been, I can't even tell you how amazing. The board has been amazing. The residents have been amazing. The amount of outpouring for my family and for myself has been more than we could have ever expected. People dropped off meals when my husband and I literally couldn't put two thoughts together about what do we need for dinner. Thank you to the staff that contributed gift cards and dropped them off at our house. All the Get Well cards that I got. I mean, even the notes on board packets made me cry. I am never one to ask for help, and I think a lot of people know that. I'm kind of stubborn. But having faced 2 brain surgeries in the span of 15 months, I'm slowing down. I'm happy to be back at board meetings, but I'm just going to ask to give me a little more time to ease my way back into other activities. So I won't be at many ribbon cuttings. It's a lot for me. I'm trying to ease back into working full-time, my regular job, but I have committed that I will be at board meetings, especially because right now we're going into our budget process. My goal is to work my stamina back up so that I can be at every one of these great summer events that we are talking about and planning. But that means that I have to rest now while I can. My recovery is still going to be potentially another 9 to 12 months. So this was a fairly substantial procedure that I had to have, and I just want to say thank you. I have missed you guys so much. You have no idea how much I missed you. I would talk during the board meetings when I was at home, and my husband would say, "What are you doing? They can't hear you." And I'm like, but I wanted to I just wanted to add one more thing, and so he thought I was crazy for talking to myself. So I just want to say thank you. Trustee Berger was my ride tonight. I'm still getting used to driving again because of the medication that I'm on. I'm rather be safe than to have one of Carol Stream's finest pull me over because they know that I'm on medication. So I would rather have a chauffeur. So thank you to Trustee Berger for being my chauffeur tonight. And thank you to my family. This has been exceptionally hard for my children. It came at a really difficult time as my son was starting, 2 sons were starting senior year of high school and senior year of college. Also hard for my oldest son who works for the company that I work for. So a lot of people crowding around my kids trying to comfort them, but also ask a lot of questions. And it was hard for them to put on the brave face. So I think their support systems, they had amazing support systems. And I think my husband and I think my kids, I could not have gotten through this up until even today. I still need help with a lot of things at home, so I just want to say thank you. I want to tell you I look much better than I feel right now. So if you'll forgive me during our budget meeting, I'm going to be sitting way in the back of the room because I can't wear a mask for a long period of time because it causes headaches and other problems. So I want to be able to stay for the meeting. So I'm going to sit way in the back of the room and contribute from the back if that's okay. And with that, Mr. Mayor, I am thrilled to be back sitting next to you. Thank you for everything that you and Bobby have done. And I'm taking you up on your offer very soon, I promise.
Okay.
That ends my report.
Good. I'm glad to have you back sitting on my left, as you have been for a long time. I live in this community because of a lot of things that you said about the people in the community and the people that are on this board and the people that work for us in the village here, where we all work together. That's why we all live here, because of the people. I say that all the time. You just said it again, only in a different way of when you're in need, that's what happens. So thank you, and we are glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Now, Tia, do you get your chance?
Thank you very much. So I'm excited to say that with the concert series lineup approved tonight, that tomorrow morning you'll see the sponsorship form available on our website, and I'll be reaching out to many of our trusted sponsors as well as some new businesses so that we can get that fundraising well underway and have a wonderful summer concert season. In addition, after this, in our workshop, we'll share a little bit more information about some of the other town center events that we're looking to do in the next year.
Good. Madam Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I too would like to welcome back Trustee Frizzoloni. We missed you. You do add a breath of fresh air to our meetings, which we really missed in the last 4 months. And also congratulations to the 3 new officers, and I'm really glad that it's working out, this new lateral recruitment process that Chief Homer and the police department are using. I'm glad that's successful. I also wanted to thank Tia and whichever other staff are helping you, and if it's not just you, for all the work you've done to get the concert series lined up and all that together. It's really exciting to have pretty much a full schedule this summer, or close to being a full schedule, with the movie coming too. It's just a lot to look forward to for the summer, so thank you. I also wanted to express my condolences to the family of George Rohde. I do know that his wife Ginger was so touched by all the Carol Streamians that showed up to support her and the family at the wake, and the fact that the police department had an honor guard standing sentry the whole time, that was really, really special and touching. It was a way to show our appreciation for what George did for our community all those years. All right, this is hard for me. I have a friend named Fred Foster. He's my best friend. I've known him since I was 19 years old. Met him in college. He is 103 now. He's lived a really good long life, but he's a fighter, and he's always been my miracle friend. Well, he just fell last week and broke his other hip. He broke one hip on his 101st birthday, had a hip replacement, survived that for another couple years. He just fell last week and had the other hip replaced, and now he's in the hospital in Sandwich, and he's got pneumonia, and he won't live long. So I'm hoping to see him tomorrow. So if everybody could please say a prayer, just that I get to see him one last time, and that just he goes peacefully. And then, last but not least, please remember to shop and dine in Carol Stream. Like Trustee Garvey mentioned, all these great new restaurants, and really appreciate that you guys go to a lot of those ribbon cuttings and show your support for all those new businesses. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Julia. We feel your pain, believe me, and I will absolutely pray for him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Rhodes, our village attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Trustee Frizzoloni, welcome back. It's so nice to see you back. And congratulations to the 3 officers. It's nice to have individuals who already have some training coming on board, and I'm sure that they'll do a wonderful job. And thank you to the board for approving the settlement and reimbursement agreements this evening. The litigation took quite a while to finally resolve, and I appreciate the board's patience, and I think that we had a wonderful outcome for the village. All of the village's attorney's fees are being paid for us to be able to enforce the terms of that annexation agreement, and I think things have worked out well for the village. So thank you again for that, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you for doing such a good job on that, too, and bringing us up to speed where we understand your vocabulary as a lawyer sometimes doesn't, we have a hard time dealing with it, but you make it simple enough where we understand exactly what we did. That's why it was able to go through so quick.
Thank you.
But thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Mr. Muller, our village attorney, he's a little bit of everything. He's got to be everything. Village manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of staff, I want to welcome back Trustee Frizzoloni. It's good to have the full team back on the board. Tonight, you heard a lot of people recognize the swearing in of 3 new police officers, and I want to credit our Board of Fire and Police Commission members for recommending, and our village board for approving the lateral hiring of police officers, allowing us to hire trained and experienced officers to our police department. I think it puts us a step ahead of other departments that are just trying to attract enough new recruits. Here we have police officers that are experienced in other departments that want to work here because we have a good reputation. So a lot of credit to our police department, to our village board. Just want to remind everybody that the village offices will be closed in observance of President's Day on Monday, February 21st, which is normally a village board meeting day. So the next village board meeting will be on Tuesday, February 22nd, and then we'll also have our second budget workshop immediately following that board meeting. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. 3 new young police officers, I'm all excited about having them in. That's wonderful. Lateral transfers, that was something that couldn't be done before because of pensions. I believe, is that basically why they couldn't do it, because of the pensions, or just you couldn't do it?
Well, certainly the pension portability made it easier for them to take that on. I'll say that.
But to take from Chicago and 2 from Louisiana and then find out, you didn't tell me all that time. I was worried they were coming from Louisiana and that they came right from down the street here on the south side. So, is that a true story? They went there on vacation and became police officers?
It absolutely is a true
That's
story.
amazing. I got to tell you, I'm not going there on vacation because I'm not ready to be a police officer yet.
Too many hurricanes.
But congratulations. You did hear tonight, Trustee Garvey made a comment about the police department and what they've done in the industrial park. That situation isn't the first time that that's happened. We've done that before. That's not the first time. What we hear is I got a ticket. They're like the Gestapo, the police, this bad police. The police do so much in this community that people don't even know about. It's amazing. I mean, here, Trustee Zalick brought it up. They actually went into one of our senior citizen places and talked to them about scams and different things that they have to worry about. I mean, this police department isn't just out writing tickets. That's the smallest thing. When I look at what they do, they win a lot of awards for that, so it brings it to everybody's attention. But when you look at how much they've helped, that's not the first multi-million-dollar situation that we've had in an industrial park with 20 million square feet. You know you're going to have problems. But they took that upon themselves as soon as they jumped into it to do the surveillance and do what they had to do and follow through on it. I don't want to get into the biggest one since I've been here. It was rogue cops from another community, and they broke them. They actually broke them. They caught them and busted them. Never questioned the brethren, the blue line, or nothing. It was they were bad, and they took them out, is what they did. And that's important, because it isn't just about writing tickets with our police department. It's what they do for the community to keep everybody safe. I'm glad that you brought that up. I wasn't even going to say anything, but being we got it out in the light, I know we've had other instances where they've saved over $1 million and picked stuff up the same way. You know, when we got a great police department, Chief, and I want to commend you. Since you've been here, it's even a better police department than we ever had before. So thank you for all that you do. And all the ideas that you come up with so far for this budget process, excellent, very good. So I appreciate that as the mayor, and I'm sure the board feels the same way.
Thank you.
Phil Modoff, thank you. I get so many people, I can't even go shopping anymore. I think I'm going to start shopping in Glendale Heights, but don't tell Greg that, okay? Okay. I mean, they're all thanking me for, like, I'm out there with the snowplow. It ain't me. I don't even shovel my own snow anymore. I'm too old to do that. I want to take a chance, so. But thank you, great. And in the meantime, they had a water main break that they have to fix 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever. While we're all sleeping, they're fixing pipes that are broken in the street. It's 6 degrees below zero. So thank you and you pass that to your men back, that we really appreciate what you do. We started our budget process. Things have changed a lot. You ride around in the community, and tonight we actually had conversation and a little heavy discussion up and back about video gaming in cafes, and that's good. It's healthy for us to do that. I don't want everybody to go in one direction. It's nice to bring up different ideas and ways of doing things. So we took the video cafe, and the reason that we actually approved the video cafe is because at that end of town, when you look at the southeast end of town, that corner on Geneva Road in Gary that's been redone with that new gas station that you mentioned with the Mexican food place in it and everything. We got the sandwich shop there, we got, and everybody said we should have a smoothie shop, we got a smoothie shop. And in the middle, how they built that building was a small space that probably wasn't big enough to put anything in there, except maybe a video cafe. We don't have any video cafes. We haven't approved them, we never had them, we didn't want them. But in this case, where we are working on that end of town to try and bring it up to Restaurant Row or whatever you want to call it, that's where Fish and Chicken went in, the Village Tavern's there, Manhattan's is there, Culver's is there, I can keep going, Augustino's. I hope I don't miss anybody. I mean, there's so many restaurants on that side of town, and that's a good thing. So that space had to be made into something, and otherwise it would have just stayed empty. We have enough empty spaces in strip malls, and we have some things that we don't want in Carroll Stream. So maybe it's time that we start looking at some of those and look at how we can make it different. So we start our budget process tonight. We're gonna stay right in here and go into the budget process.
We would adjourn from this meeting and then re-adjourn.
Executive session?
No, we don't.
Oh.
It was only needed if you didn't approve something on the,
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, Mr. Rhodes
all
did
of
such a
us.
good job, we didn't have to go on executive.
Oh.
One time I'm right and
That's right.
everybody else, hey, Bob, that's the first time. Usually I'm wrong, everybody else is
I'll write
right.
it down.
That's okay, I gotta win one once in a while, 12 years, so. Well, anyway, we're not going to executive session, so we're just gonna, we have to close this meeting though?
Correct.
So I need a motion to adjourn,
Motion to adjourn.
and then second?
Second?
Moved by trustee Frusaloni, seconded by trustee
Berger.
Berger? Yeah, okay. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Berger.
Aye.
Trustee Garvey.
Aye.
Trustee Zalek.
Aye.
Trustee Giesers.
Aye.
2 minutes.
Trustee Frusaloni.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. We're going to take a break. He needs to change everything around for the meeting.